Libra? It's your girl, Jay, the High Priestess. Back at it again with the general tarot reading for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Taurus season 2022. When I just split the deck, I saw the High Priestess and the Two of Cups. It's so funny, the duality, the scales, the balance, love and spirituality, your morals, your spidey senses versus what you're seeing with your physical eyes. There's definitely a lot going on. This is a season of that is also ruled by your ruler, and so it's almost like a sister sign in a way. And so I do feel like this is a different kind of time for you, Libra, because Venus is exalted in Pisces right now. So she is functioning at her highest, capable, levels. Because yes, Venus is love, art, beauty, money, all of these things, the aesthetic, the zhuzh of it all. But her main function is attraction. And so if her attraction level is exalted, meaning it's on 10, it takes a lot of experience to learn how to wield that kind of power, I will say. Time and experience are the most sought after and hated mentors. I literally just came up with that. And sometimes I'd be thinking I'm real profound, and you're just like, oh yeah, duh, of course. I don't know. Be sure to check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising. Patreon gets everything first. Patreon.com/justjeverything. Hydrate. For daily content, check out my Instagram at justj_everything, TikTok at justjeverything, and for other dope shit that I do, my website, justjeverything.com. Go there to book with me, or you can just DM me. I'm fairly communicative. I do my best. I try. So, Libra, first and foremost, the main energy, the first thing that I got really was woosah, and feel. We can just let's just do it. Let's have a moment. Empty your lungs, or take a deep breath, whichever order you needed to do that in. Even just extending your arms up over, reaching for the stars a little bit, reaching for the sky, feeling out the length, feeling out your access, your wingspan, really leaning into it, appreciating what's within your reach and reaching for more, adding tax, raising your rates. What you think you're capable of having, it's only a glimpse. It's only it's you can't even fathom. And that's not even thing I haven't written down. That's just what's coming through. It's just what you think is within your wingspan. What's really meant to be yours, what you're really meant to have. Taurus, I feel it's so much bigger than what you're able to just fathom and comprehend. And that's what I want to name your reading, is Wingspan. That just came through right then. Y'all just watch that. I feel this is a season for you to get hyper, regardless of your genitalia or how you identify. This is a time for you to make an excuse to lean into hyper femininity and how you want to express that. If that is even just, if that's you spending more time with your mom or your family or female friends or out in nature, or giving back in some sort of way. I feel it's important to relax because the pressure is finally off. We're out of your shadow season, Libra. Aries season, I feel came and went real fast, and teaches lessons real fast, just like Aries, you know, likes to do it. And the pressure on your shadow, Aries, and all that independence, it's finally off. But Chiron, the wounded healer, is still there across from you in your shadow. So I do feel like there is still these, like, you may be exhausted from the depths of the wounds that you're like having access to. Having like so much, like cleaning out so much gunk, processing so much emotional and spiritual and metaphysical information so quickly. I think people really, you don't get as big a rap as you should for the emotional like process that you're able to, that you have access to, the way that you're able to balance, the way that you're able to weigh and measure and delegate and, you know, deliberate. There is this ease that you do it with that makes just, that people just maybe, I feel like often people don't see your struggle. And so some of you are finally being like transparent enough to let people in and see that. And if you're not getting your flowers or like your congratulations, like let me be the one to let you know, like I feel like you're doing a great job. I hope that you're getting the support that you need. Give that to yourself. The Sun in Taurus will definitely highlight the themes of stability, money, finances, what's mine, comfortability, work ethic, how you want to work, what you want to pursue, what you want to drive towards or push towards. It's going to highlight attraction and how you let yourself be adored, how you let yourself be loved, how you let yourself be treated. I feel like it's important to teach others how to treat you now that your standards have raised and now that your standards have healed. And if they haven't, let me be the one to serve you notice that that is what the divine is wanting from you. You are probably, those of you who are having major issues in your relationships right now, where it's just like you want more, they just don't understand, la la. It's like, no, that motherfucker's never going to understand you. You just need to ask. You're not asking for too much. You're just asking the wrong person. Sorry. I like it. And it's just like, life's too short. When people show you who they are, believe them. Period. And I feel like you're being rewarded for acting on that. Some of you find the bravery to, like, I feel like really act on that. And because your standards are raising, because you value yourself and your time more, your time and yourself will be valued more externally by other people. Because, oh, it happened internally. Isn't that funny how that happens? Isn't that interesting? How the micro reflects the macro? It's the same thing how I always say, oh my God, the cards reflect the sky. It's this, the oneness. Sometimes it's too much and it's like this crumbling, like imploding kind of feeling of just like, how does anybody not understand how deep we are in this simulation and everything matters but nothing matters, but it's all one and it's all separate all at the same time. It's so like anyway, yeah, on April 30th we have the new moon partial solar eclipse. I can hear y'all cackling still. On the new moon partial solar eclipse in Taurus. And I do feel like there is some theme coming up about what do you have, what do you want to have versus what do you need? And where is the discrepancy? Where is the disconnect? I'll do, actually, will I do another video on that? I'm going to Florida. I'm going back home for a little bit, and I may take that time off from doing those videos. Well, yeah, I'm going to take that time off. Yes, that is okay. I'm going to take that time off. I will not be making that new moon video. Actually, oh God, it's a solar eclipse. See? All right. Anyway, on May 2nd, your ruling planet Venus goes into Aries, and your attraction quality shifts. You're attracting in speed, attracting in initiatory energy, and that's also how you're feeling. I feel like you're way more confident to initiate, attracting in possibly people with Aries, Scorpio, Libra, or Taurus placements. And it feels very much so like buckle up, baby. Some like it hot. And you should just allow yourself to like ride the wave. Surfboard. On May 10th, Mercury retrogrades in Gemini, and make no sudden moves. Go with the flow. Like I wrote it down. Go with the flow. Surfboard. Can that be the name of it? No. Then lastly, on May 15th or 16th, depending on where you are, we have the full moon total lunar eclipse in Scorpio. And this is an opportunity to really say goodbye to some emotional baggage from like the last 6 months. It's giving, don't be a groupie, keep it moving. It feels like there's relief, like alleviation coming in, like you being able to let go of something, you entering a new chapter in your healing. And I feel like that's going to be, it's going to hit different for all of you, of course. This is a general reading, but there is, I just feel like lighter is how it feels. Feeling lighter. So, more breaths. As we call on our benevolent ancestors and asking them, Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth, asking for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising, for Taurus season 2022. I just gotta like lean back into this because I've had this low-grade headache today, which I never get headaches. And just when I started calling on spirit like that, it just like it's like pressure got applied right to where the headache has been, and this just feels like fucking bliss. Maybe it's just like the way I'm sitting, or thank you. Maybe some of y'all just need stillness. Maybe some of us, we just need rest. Breath work. I started looking up primal breath work yesterday. More sleep, closing your eyes. Oh, there's just something there. Wow. I've been like trying to find relief from this feeling all day, and all I had to do was start praying. I love working for God. It's so fucking cool. I hope you find your thing, whatever it is, like that passion that like you just can't help but do it. Like, I hope you find that. I hope we all like have an opportunity to, and that could be something that's coming in for you, Libra, is just feeling blissed the fuck out. I don't know what this feeling is right now. This almost feels like being high, and I'm not. Like, it's just like something may feel like bliss. Something may just feel pure. Something may feel like, I feel like maybe a spotlight on you, or someone, like undivided attention, I hear. main character energy. Ooh, I didn't want to break out of that, but thank you for riding that wave. Surfboard. Do I have to name the video surfboard? What is happening? Okay. Find your bliss. Allow yourself to have bliss. Blissed out. That's the thing. Some of you like, and I don't think anything is just any old thing is gonna do it. It's gonna take something. I feel like it's like gonna take something special, and I don't know why I'm laughing now. It's so weird. There's just something about like feeling blissed out, and I feel like it just comes. Like when it comes, it comes. I don't know what that was, but I'm so grateful for it. I feel instant relief from that. I've been rocking that headache since I woke up. And I never get headaches. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Libra, sun, moon, and rising for Taurus season. Temperance is the first. I cannot. Temperance. Okay. So for some of you, there may be someone with Pisces or Sagittarius or Pisces placements, really like showing up to be clarified, showing themselves. I also feel like there is something about recovery. Maybe you are turning away from people that are in recovery, or there are people in recovery asking for atonement or maybe making amends with you in some sort of way. But I do feel like with Temperance being the first card out, on a very spiritual level, it's important that you prioritize recovery, Libra. How are you recovering? Are you giving yourself recovery time? And that may be, for some of you, it may be in relation to addiction, but for some of you, it could be those of you who are like workaholics, those of you who are just like always on the go. I feel like there's something like, honestly, I'm telling you, that piece came, I'm sure I absolutely feel like it was divine, but it also came as soon as I was like in a moment of surrender. I just kind of like sank into it, and there it was. And so I do feel like there may be situations that have been upsetting that you are recovering from emotionally, spiritually, creatively, and it's important that you prioritize getting back in your flow. For some of you, there's some sort of like needing to practice voluntary self-restraint, needing to practice alchemy. And everybody thinks alchemy is like, some of y'all know what alchemy is. Some of you think that it's, this, of course, yes, it's this deep esoteric thing. But alchemy is also the process of emotional regulation. Having that emotional intelligence to be able to be like, hey, I feel angry. I'm not going to make decisions when I'm angry, because last time I made decisions when I was angry, that didn't turn out well for myself, and that didn't make all these people around me feel good, and that didn't make me feel good in the long run because I regretted how I behaved. And so because I had that experience, because I went through trial and error, because I went through a shadow phase, or a phase where I was stuck, or because I experienced things I maybe was ashamed of or guilty for, I now have this new understanding of like, hey, I used to be, there could have been a time where I was a shithead, or there could have been a time when I was, this or that, but I have the ability to mix and meld and bring elements together and learn from past experiences and other people's experiences and information that's out there, and learn from my intuition. And I can put all of those elements together and really pour into myself, find a way to pour into myself, to stay true to myself, to be patient. Some of you need to be patient, and you need to figure out, make sure you have your own life. Now it's time, you're like ready to have your own life, ready to do something on your own. I feel like there is a brand new journey ahead of you, a new path, a new goal, a new crown, a new accomplishment, or something that you're striving for. Ooh, this is the first time I've ever fucking noticed this, and this is profound to me that I have lived a life that I know this, but I'm pretty sure that this is, yes, I feel confident in making this statement. So they're daffodils. I feel like, I'm pretty sure these are daffodils. And like the Latin scientific name for daffodils is narcissist. And it's like narcissist something. And it's funny that these flowers are growing next to water. And I think that's a correlation in the story of the narcissist, the origin, the Greek mythological origins of narcissism and all that stuff has a lot to do with water and one's reflection. And so some of you may be recovering from a narcissistic behavior. I really fucking hate how much, and I don't say that, I don't really like using the H word, but I dislike what we're doing with like the word narcissist and triggered. And what's the other one? There's a few. But we're, I feel like numbing ourselves out to the true meaning of what a narcissist is. Like, oh, that just because that person doesn't want to be with you, or just because that person can't, just because that person doesn't want to be with you, or just because that person chose themselves, or just because that person prioritizes themselves over the, relationship that you guys had, doesn't make them a narcissist. There's like, it's like we're jumping the gun on the narcissist train. It feels like it's happening a lot. And as well as like the whole, like, I'm an empath thing. Yeah, duh, everybody's a fucking empath. Sorry, I'm an Aries. It's, love me or leave me. I don't care. But Temperance being the first card out. There also may be, I can't stop talking. So there may be something about talking too much, needing to say less, needing to listen more. Needing to really just kind of temper yourself from your vices. I feel like upsetting situations may come up to really test how far you've come in your recovery. There may be temptation possibly coming in. I also feel like some of you, the addiction or whatever, it may not be you, or the recovery, there may just be people around you. But let's see what else comes out. Goodness. All right. For Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Taurus season 2022. Page of Pentacles reversed. Temperance, Page of Pentacles reversed. So there may be news that you don't want to hear, or delays or conversations that you don't want to have. Maybe I just heard leaving paradise. Maybe some of you have to are traveling or are moving. Some of you there may be a delay in you planting the seeds that you want to plant. I feel like that's okay, because with the Mercury retrograde coming in Gemini, and then Mercury's retrograding back into Taurus in Gemini season, there's like a weird duality thing that's going to be coming up. And I just feel like Six of Swords in the center of the reading, Libra, is about you turning your back on stuff. It's about prioritizing mental harmony. It's about prioritizing mental balance, which is your MO. Some of you may be in situations where it's like you've got to get out of a situation, or maybe you're helping people who are in need or need to get out of a situation. Some of you may be traveling or really exploring, like going to different states or different towns, or road trips, or something with someone you love. Seven of Cups reverse came out. So it's like moving towards the end of confusion, moving towards Because this looks like a little bit of an obstacle for me, Libra. There may be just, I feel like a roadblock in regards to, and maybe not a roadblock, but just a need for you to wade through some waters in your subconscious. You to take it a little bit deeper. I feel like in order to acquire the next level of mental peace. Yeah, 9 of Swords on the bottom of the deck. The next phase is like action, movement. Some of you need a break. Some of you need recovery. I feel like the mother-daughter relationship is highlighted in Taurus season for you guys. There could be an uncomfortable situation or conversation or understanding about someone with Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placements. You also may be recovering or healing a relationship that you put on the back burner in some sort of way. There could be a friend coming back from kind of out of the woodwork or out of the blue. This could be repairing old like love or romantic or platonic relationships. Someone may hit you with the "hey stranger." But I do feel like this is like unresolved conflicts can really be wrapped up, can really be healed. Let me check the fucking camera. You know, Virgo, burn my ass before I get the last card and make sure we're still actually recording. Nice. I made good time, too. All right, final card, final message. Let's just get it all out. Final card, final message for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Taurus season 22. Final card, final message, please. The 5 of Swords reversed with the Hangman at the bottom of the deck. Okay, I know that these aren't the most exciting cards, but this does feel really good. The Hangman at the bottom of the deck with the Temperance card. There's definitely someone with Pisces or Sagittarius placements hanging around. I feel like there's definitely a focus on recovery, on your mental health. You may really be getting a chance to recover or to restore yourself is what this feels like. Maybe some of you are traveling or experiencing restoration in your mind by way of getting away from your normal situation. 7 of Cups reversed, 5 of Swords reversed feels like you're finally out of. It's funny, it almost feels like your Wi-Fi, maybe getting away from Wi-Fi or getting away from like your normal, like the amount of radiation you're around. That's so random. But that's how it comes through. Some of y'all are finally getting to process some grief, some conflict. You and Virgo are the only signs that didn't get aces. Not that I'm not telling you that to make you jealous or anything, but I do feel like this is maybe, because it's interesting, because this is the season of I have, and I do feel like the aces are probably going to come out in the plunge. But this is definitely every card, they're holding on to something. And so I do feel like there is a big period of release, acknowledging what you're holding on to. There could be a big thing about accountability. And that is maybe why this feels so kind of like, ooh, touchy. Some of you may be really like needing to call yourself out or really seeing the error of your ways. You may like be behaving, or you may understand now that you have behaved in such a way that you're really not proud of. Maybe you're getting reminded of some behaviors or situations from like your younger self. I feel like I hear atonement. I hear amends, making amends. There could definitely be some sort of profound flow within yourself. Really needing, I feel like accountability is a big thing. Oh my God. I called the fucking reading Wingspan and the first card out is an angel with its fucking wings spread. I want to wrap it up. But, okay, so there's definitely some synchronicity coming in. I feel like in recovery, you get to expand your wings. I can't make this shit up. Oh my God. Sometimes this shit freaks me out, guys. So as you're expanding your wingspan and really like feeling into the capabilities of all that you are and all that you are able to have, you're going to be forced to relearn who you are, to reinvent who you are based on like now that you see this outdated way of valuing yourself, or the old way you used to maybe play it small, or you're just taking accountability and able to own the mistakes that you've made, the flaws that you or things that you consider flaws. I feel like you're starting to really understand that they're strengths, that they're power sources within you. And the Six of Swords here is interesting because I feel like you're turning your back on the old way of restoring yourself, or the old way of recovery. Some of you think that recovery is just taking a hot bath and smoking a joint, and and I'll just speak personally for myself that for a while that was self-care, and then it comes to a point where you understand that there's a lot more to it, and you got to figure out what that means to you and how to ground yourself is really important. I also just heard Reiki, so some of you I feel like are learning how to focus or like flow more into Usui. The Page of Pentacles reversed, I feel like there's a need to get grounded and really diligent and practical about whatever thing you're about to set in motion. I don't think now is the best time for you to be launching anything. I think it's a great time for brainstorming. Mercury in Gemini. Mercury enters Gemini. Where did Virgo go? Mercury enters Gemini on April 29th. And so I do feel like it's a great time. And then Mercury retrogrades on May 10th. And it retrogrades long enough to go back into Taurus. And so, which is the sign of I have, you starting to think of what you have. And I feel like you need to wait before you launch anything. It's just a time to initiate and acknowledge the ideas that you have, but you don't need to launch anything. Well, I mean, like where you have like, for example, I have an idea that I want to go back to school. Now is a time for me to start looking. What I'm saying is a good time to do until the retrograde is over, is to like, how can I fit that into my budget? How many classes can I afford to take? What behaviors how can I feed myself? How can I save money? How can I, how do I need to adjust my day-to-day life and my habits so that I can take care of myself, so that I can provide myself and my physical vessel the endurance and sustainability it needs so that it can accomplish said goals. you planning all of that stuff out, creating, and even initiating the changes in your daily routine. Um, Allowing yourself to start practicing getting up earlier, going to bed earlier, or eating better quality foods, or whatever it is, working out and more vigorously, or whatever it is that you're needing to exert more energy into. I feel like it's time to brainstorm it out now, not necessarily act on it. And I also feel like there are a few of you, though, who you know when and where and exactly like the moment it happens, you know when you need to move. Some of you, there's just like, I need to get out of this situation, or I need to be done with this confusing situation. Moving from, and I feel like some of you, you have, if you have a big opportunity to really like these eclipses are really going to course correct. And so I feel like some of you are thinking you're going into a direction that I don't feel like you're necessarily going into. I feel like there's going to be more of a bumpier ride than you think that it's going to be. There could be people who are very insecure, or people who are really confused, or you may be finally, or it could be the other way. I feel like some of you may be really breaking free from the addictions, the issues with escapism, or laziness, or fatigue, or mental fog. There are just a lot of opportunities for recovery. There's a lot of clouds here at the end. And that's why I'm saying I don't think it's a great time to make a decision, because I feel like you're learning how to navigate the fog. You're learning how to navigate your subconscious mind. You're learning how to navigate life with this new, healthier, balanced approach of logic and intuition. Not just all logic, not just all feeling, not just all love, or you know what I mean? It's like you got to have the light and the dark. The math has to math. And so some of you, there's a lot here. It just feels like, I feel like you may be really being choosy. There may be a lot of people like being choosy with your time, or people being choosy with their time, being that way with you. I'm not gonna lie, some of you this looks like breakups, some of you this looks like walking away, or finally healing from the breakups, finally getting to a new level in the break, after some things that should have broken you up. It's very like your choice, Libra. I feel like, because 7 of Cups reversed and 5 of Swords reversed can be like the end of some really, really chaotic times, and learning some very, very profound lessons. Or I feel like you have a choice, center of the reading. It's like either you're getting the hell out of Dodge, or you're going to go right towards the chaos. And you got to figure out, what are you addicted to? Are you addicted to the drama? Are you addicted to the chaos? Do you need it to be a fight? Do you need it to be angsty and passionate and intense? And where did that come from? Where did you learn that was love, or that was actual what excitement was? You know what I mean? And so there is this shift in what you desire long term. Maybe some of you finally stop running from the love that you desire. I feel like by way of really, really evaluating some deep wounding and some situations where you are carrying around a lot of pain, carrying around a lot of anxiety or depression, or things have had a hold on you emotionally in some sort of way, and you releasing that hold puts you in a position where the pace can pick up, and you can finally step into this period of feeling very emotionally supported, feeling very spiritually supported, feeling very mature, guided. But I feel like recovery is a big thing, and it's important to be honest about your right to recovery and your right to pleasure. Take the time while you have a break to really look at all the things that have a hold on your heart. Take the time to really maybe talk to somebody that you trust or that you love, or collaborate with them about ideas that you have. Someone that's qualified, someone that's like-minded. I feel like you're really becoming clearer about the ways that you may self-sacrifice or self-sabotage. But even I just started like massaging myself. I feel like there's like a need to let yourself be pampered, treat yourself, become the lover that you crave. Don't expect your nourishment to be given to you by way of another. I feel like, it's important for... It's funny. So one of my best friends bought me the RuPaul's Drag Race tarot deck, and inside of the box it comes in, it says, if you can't read for yourself, how in the hell are you going to read for someone else? And that's it's like a take off of the RuPaul quote where she's like, if you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you going to love somebody else? And that's what I feel like is happening. You're getting unstuck and coming into a new place of loving yourself. Therefore, you're allowing yourself to be loved the way that you deserve, and no longer allowing yourself to be punished, no longer dragging around all this weight from the family bullshit, from the stuff with the mom, from the stuff with the court cases, from for some of you, the wifehood, the pregnancy, the lies, the abandonment, whatever it is, you're finally getting out of your comfort zone and not being so superficial about it and facing your fears. And when you face your fear, it's going to really show you this. I don't know why I'm digging into the deck like this. This is what we do in the plunge. But I feel like you're really facing your fears in a different way. And that only happens by way of, because with the hangman at the bottom of the deck, ultimately the divine is asking you to pay attention to, hey, what actually got you in this position? What got you stuck or feeling uncomfortable? And because the divine, some of you feel stuck in some sort of way, and you're not stuck. You're being held in an uncomfortable situation so that you can acquire the skills or take advantage of the skills or the qualities or the gifts or talents within you to get your own ass out of this. Because you know better. And when you know better, you do better. And you will strive for mental, emotional, and spiritual harmony because it is available to you. It just may require some uncomfortable choices being made so that you can have said mental harmony. And isn't it worth it? Aren't you worth it? Cheers to being worth it. Let's get into it. For the full version of the video, go to Patreon.